We think social media is here to stay, and the Fort Worth Independent School District is taking advantage of this new way to quickly communicate by maintaining a Facebook page and a Twitter account. We love social media and the instant communication it provides. Our biggest challenges have been how to grow it, stretch it, and embrace new and interesting ways to use it. We now have more than 5,000 Facebook followers and well over 1,000 more who monitor our Twitter account. But first, let's share a little how we got here moment. When North Texas experienced an unprecedented spate of bad weather in January 2011, we were faced each day with a question of opening or closing schools. So we decided to use the drama surrounding that dilemma as a way to grow our Facebook and Twitter audiences.
We made this declaration. We promised we'd publish the decision whether Fort Worth ISD schools were open or closed, first on Facebook and Twitter, then the district website, and then we'd share with the news media. That entire time sequence was less than 7 minutes, but we learned once again that time is everyone's most precious commodity. People love being the first to know. We used social media to empower them. In just 4 days, we more than doubled our Facebook population and almost doubled our followers on Twitter as well. Let's break that down. In the space of a week, we grew our social media accounts from 1,800 to 4,000 on Facebook and from 500 to 900 on Twitter. But once you get them in the tent, you've got to keep them engaged.
That snowy week, we posted more than 75 fun in the snow photographs sent to us by teachers, students, and parents. We played some brain teaser games, and the longest we went waiting for a correct answer was 2 minutes. At one point, we joked we'd have to throw in some advanced algebra questions, and we got a couple of teachers who immediately posted the words, "Bring it." Our network grew so rapidly, we even started getting photos and comments from neighboring school districts. Out of this came a new tone for our social media discussions, a redefining of our relationship. We're all in this together.
We've found that our Facebook and Twitter accounts are not just for sharing information. We're not only receiving feedback, we're also facilitating healthy, informed discussions among our followers.
In her new book, Measure What Matters, nationally renowned PR guru Katie Payne says this about social media.
To find your audiences and what motivates them. So you need to know that connection, which you're trying to motivate them to do, and how communications influences that process.
We tell our customers that if you are a follower of the Fort Worth ISD Facebook page, you'll see the latest information about the district and view photographs, including some not yet posted on the district website. But you'll also have a chance to share your own thoughts about district news. It's a two-way street. We definitely use both Facebook and Twitter to push or post links to our district website. But the growth opportunity isn't just to increase numbers. It's not just about the number of hits or followers you have. Once again, we think Katie Payne says it best.
All those hits stand for How Idiots Track Success, because in fact they are nothing more than random clicks.
We think that applies to social media too. It's not just how many people we're reaching, but how we're reaching them and how they are responding to us. It's to create something bigger, to get buy-in and really engage people in our mission and our brand. We're trying to create a sense of community. Social media is not just for times of emergency or times of celebration. It's also about owning moments of grief and tragedy. When a stupid fistfight resulted in the death of a student at Southwest High School, we used Facebook to affirm our grief and our sadness.
We don't limit the power of Facebook to embrace our followers, and we don't limit our followers to just one Facebook page. We actively encourage our stakeholders to stake a claim in social media. The Fort Worth ISD Facebook family includes a wide variety of campus and special interest pages. There are other Fort Worth ISD Facebook pages as well, including pages for TABS and TABS Prep, the Young Women's Leadership Academy, Eastern Hills High School AP World History, Fort Worth ISD Music, South High Mount Elementary, and Wedgwood 6th grade, just to name a few.
We've also created a Facebook page specifically for sharing news and links from the district's more than 130 individual school websites. It's become a way to highlight stories that aren't getting as much exposure on the district website or on our main Facebook page. By repurposing and featuring the work of the individuals who maintain those websites at the campus level, we've given them more of a voice and empowered them to continue their work. One campus web manager even told us teachers at her school didn't realize anyone was even maintaining their campus website until a story she'd written was featured on Facebook. It's just one more way social media is helping us share positive news, build campus culture, and connect with our students, parents, and staff.
Needless to say, Facebook and Twitter are also outstanding ways to perform customer service, and even more importantly, demonstrate it. When one person asks a specific question and it's answered quickly on Facebook, you're meeting not only their need, but potentially the needs of many others. You're also demonstrating a responsiveness that makes people feel really good about your organization and their connection to it. Here's a recent exchange that made us smile.
Dear Fort Worth ISD question answerer lady, I heard a rumor that they were going to start charging tuition for teachers' kids once again. Is this something the board is discussing tonight, or do you know if it'll be discussed at a future board meeting?
RT at Ellen. There are no plans to charge tuition for employees' children. I just verified that with the CFO.
Excellent. I was asking for a very good friend of mine that was just a victim of the dreaded dual language surplusing, this being her second time being surplused. She'd heard a rumor they were going to begin charging again next year. Thanks for doing the legwork on this.
By the way, we always respond to the person by name with the RT for response to, then the @ with their name. It makes people feel listened to and further develops our relationship with them on a stronger, more personal level.
In fact, we've grown some great relationships and some strong brand champions out there among our social media followers. We're always amazed at how quickly word spreads after a positive interaction or an invitation to share photos and comments during public events, even if they're not in our city.
During the March 14, 2011 Rally for Education funding in Austin, we got one message and one photo from a teacher who was part of a busload of demonstrators headed to the state capitol. We posted the remark in the photo, and soon we received dozens others.
We'd like to think our real-time reporting on that event rivaled that of the Austin American-Statesman, and we may have been among the first to share the news that the demonstrators were marching down Trinity chanting, Cairo, Madison, Austin.
Lately, there has been a lot of interest in our board meetings. I guess there's been a lot of interest in everyone's board meetings. We've used our Facebook and Twitter accounts to provide an increasing amount of real-time detail about what's being said and what is being decided.
So while we're in the control room broadcasting the action to our followers,
Who is that? Who said that?
Barbara and Clint are posting and tweeting a play-by-play to all of our social media stakeholders.
Motion carries unanimously.
We also have had technical issues addressed in real time, as viewers simultaneously watched the board meetings on cable TV and followed us on social media. When the TV audio was too low to hear, our followers told us. We quickly addressed the problem, which we would otherwise not have known about because we were hearing program audio. Problem equals problem solved, and we got a lot of thumbs up for our responsiveness.
As our district met the challenge of school funding or lack thereof, we shared as much information as possible, both on Facebook and Twitter. We used both forms of social media to direct our followers to a special website we created just for the state education funding crisis called Make Education a Priority. We linked news items and regular questions and answers to and from our District Chief Financial Officer, Hank Johnson. The Ask Hank column quickly became another way to share information, stop rumors, and disseminate the truth.
Twitter is our other social media conduit for keeping up with developments concerning the district, the Board of Education, and individual schools and educators in the Fort Worth ISD. The official name of the Twitter account is @FortWorth_ISD. We have well over 1,000 followers and have sent approximately 1,300 tweets to date. Our tweets are a little edgier than our Facebook postings. Here are a couple of examples of how we push the envelope a little more with Twitter. And this one from a recent board meeting. So while our Twitter account often mirrors what we're doing on Facebook and the district website, sometimes there's a little more leeway to express an idea or some humor. But there's also a different kind of opportunity for really listening to what opinion leaders are saying about us and each other. And it's a great way to monitor what reporters, especially beat reporters, are writing about and picking up on during real-time events. We've actually sat in board meetings and watched reporters tweet about the meeting. Occasionally they'll pose a question. We've gotten up, walked across the room, and handed them data in response. Now that was fun.
Okay, I know what you're all thinking. I really do. Because the questions we are most often asked is, how do you monitor all of those sites? And aren't you afraid of liability? First question, we have 10 administrators for our main Facebook page. There is no set schedule, but we all take turns keeping an eye on the conversation. And there are a couple of us who really enjoy social media, and while we're there, we'll swing by the Fort Worth ISD page to make sure everyone is playing nicely. And as for that second question about liability, we have an answer to that. It's called the high road.
The high road.
We're taking the high road.
It's the high road.
El camino alto.
We found that the high road is really where our Facebook followers want to be. We remind our Facebook followers of our operating principles, and we tolerate no foolishness.
No profanity, no vulgarities, no accusations or accusatory language toward an individual.
Any comments that are intentionally rude or deride the opinions of others will be removed.
This information is included on our Facebook profile, but we repost them as posts after a particularly controversial exchange. We also remind our followers that their posts are public comments and can and may be used by anyone else, including the news media.
By the way, every time we post these operating rules, we get lots of thumbs up and words of appreciation from our followers. They want to play by the rules too and appreciate that we are watching out for them. It's that kind of give and take that has slowly shaped the sense of community we are building through social media. The bottom line is, as the reach and influence of social media grow, so do our expectations and our payoffs. It's a great way to very quickly inform a large and ever-growing audience.
But it's also an effective way to have a conversation. And, more importantly,
with every post,
with every tweet,
with every response,
to improve a relationship.